Preparing to live stream the meeting. Setting up a meeting for Facebook Live.
It's on.
Yeah, here we are. Okay. Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. On a Monday afternoon, fresh start to the week. So, how are you feeling today?
I am good,
Bright
Mr.
and sunny.
Kanaladitya.
So, new week brings new possibilities. Monday, and that too, today is 12th of September. Okay. So, welcome, Uzma. Welcome to my show, Learning from Life Experiences. It is always a great pleasure for me to interact with you because you have shown me lots of, I would say, awakenings. You have created lots of life awakenings as we had been interacting and connected with each other for the last almost about 2 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present you Ms Uzma Chhaya from South Africa. And the great thing about Uzma is that she has transformed her own life from being stuck into her past to becoming an unstoppable human being and creating an amazing future for herself and her family. So today we are going to talk about Uzma and her journey. What exactly did she do to become what she is today? Because by just looking at her face, you can see that aura and the radiation which flows, those positive radiations flows from her face, like it's really amazing. Welcome, Uzma. Welcome to my show. How are you?
Hi, Kanaladitya. How are you? I'm amazing. I'm great. I'm awesome. That's what I
Great.
say every day, that I am awesome.
So,
And thank you so much for having me on the call. Like, it's such a pleasure for
yeah,
me to
so
be here.
I am also amazing as always. You know, beginning of the week as it is brings you a lots of energy because the weekend you had done a lot of activities. Like I went for a trek, then I met a couple of old friends from my MBA days. Then I went for a live performance of another friend of mine in the evening. So it was a great Sunday for me. And so now I am full of energy and
Nice.
enthusiasm today to start this week with a on a high note. So
Yeah.
let's not talk about me, but let's talk about you, Uzma. So before we move forward, so can you tell our audience a little bit about yourself as to what exactly are you doing today, nowadays?
Okay, so Colonel Aditya, I came from Karachi. I'm living in South Africa for past 20 years now.
Wow.
It's 20 years. So wow, it's amazing. It's September. I came here September 2020, 2002. Yeah, so it has been an amazing journey. I got married. I came here, made home here. And life has been pretty good. And what happened, if you'll say about 10 years ago, I started my journey of entrepreneurship. I became,
Okay.
an entrepreneur, started a business at health and wellness sector, network marketing sector, and really took it like, off the ground, started doing a lot of things, established my business in different parts of the world, created a global business income for our family. And I just kept on working. I believed in hard work and determination. You can achieve anything, and I believed in that. And I really worked hard. At some point I became workaholic
Oh,
because I'm that kind of a person who's like, very ambitious, wanna achieve good things in life, wanna make something out of myself. So I had this in my mind since I was a child, and and So that kept me like, I just need to work hard. Playtime can be later, family time can be later, and all of those things. And when pandemic came in, I would say as a blessing in disguise, I had to slow down. So I went into depression for first 2 weeks of lockdown
Oh,
because I did not know how will I proceed, what will happen. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of things that were happening in the world. So I was also part of it. I was not sure what will happen. And my business actually went down. That was the main cause of me getting into depression as well.
okay.
And then I said, no, I need to, and within 2 weeks, I knew what I need to do because at that time I did not knew about myself a lot. I did not knew about my personality or anything about me. So I knew that, okay, if this is cannot be the way, if I have to do, I have to find a way to do things differently. And then I started, I took coaching for my business to
Okay.
grow online. How can I do online business and things like this? Because eventually my dream was to build an online business, and that was I was trying for, you can say, good 8 years. I was trying to do that, but I was not successful. All these years of working as an entrepreneur, I had a lot of moments where
Hmm.
I felt I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of being successful. And also, I had that made me feel stuck. So
Okay.
you can say that when I started my business, 1 year really went well. And after that 1 year, I plateaued.
Okay.
I was in this that I'm stuck, but it was like I'm showing it's all good and like making it up, and things were not so good, but like I always presented things are going very smoothly. And it was not. I in within myself, I was feeling it's not happening. I'm feeling stuck. Maybe I'm not. There's something wrong in with me, because obviously when you start feeling stuck, it really comes and hits you, like you're on your self-esteem level.
Yeah.
What about your confidence? I was a very confident person always, but deep down I used to feel like there's something wrong with me. That's why I'm not
Okay.
getting what I want. So when I started doing my business coaching, I realized I need to do things differently. So I started doing Facebook lives. I started
Okay.
with Facebook live. That took a lot of courage for me, because I thought what people would think about me.
Yeah.
Right. So then again, it portray like, the self-worth, and are you good enough to do all of those things. So with my business, I had like some closed group. In those closed group, I used to present, I used to work, I used to do lives, I used to do a lot of things, but
Okay.
not publicly. Right.
Mm.
I was a confident person, I can talk in front, but I don't know, something stopped me from coming Facebook lives. And it was
Okay.
like some people that I thought what they will have to say about me. So I think a lot of people do suffer with this. So I said, okay, it took me a good time to overcome this, and I started doing videos then.
Okay.
I started, and I'm sure now, Kanaladiti, you have seen, it's going to be 2 years in October that I do videos every single day.
Mm.
So it took a long time. And
Yeah.
in this journey, when I came, I said, okay, I cannot be like providing solutions or talk about my product and service every day. So I generally started talking about people, what people are going
Okay.
through, because what I went through, people are going through. People were gone into depression. Pandemic was a very tough time for most of the people around the world. That's where people started coming to me, and they started asking me, what do you do? How can you help? And that that part actually brought me into coaching, life coaching. I searched for a program, platform where I can be part of. And initially I was looking for my self transformation, and with that I thought I can help other people also to
Yeah.
do that. And obviously there's a time and need where everybody needs an additional income as well, because pandemic has
Absolutely.
taught us that you can have as many side incomes as you
As
must
possible.
have, because this was the time and need, because a lot of businesses were closed. My husband's business was closed for 3 months, good 3 months. If your business is not online, then you are in trouble. Like we all
Absolutely.
learned that. So yeah, that's how I came into this profession of life coaching, and now this is became my lifeline. This is my passion. my health and wellness business is now became the secondary business of mine, and I do coaching full time, and I'm absolutely loving it. Like you say, like you saw that you can see from my face. So
Yeah,
I feel
radiations, positive vibes are, radiating like outwards.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Uzma, when you said that you had a health and wellness business, you started as an entrepreneur and you were doing quite well, and suddenly you had that feeling that you got stuck. So, what exactly do you mean by feeling stuck? Stuck as in, yeah, was there no growth in your business, or was there something else which made you feel that what was that particular thing which made you feel like this?
See, I felt stuckness. Like I was growing, and then
Mhm.
at some point the growth became plateaued. Like
Stagnant.
I just could not move from one level. Like I became a manager within my company within 4 months. That
Okay.
was like wow.
Mm.
But after after that, I could not move ahead, even though I was trying. Like I said, Colonel, and in this process of, I want to achieve this, I want to get ahead, I became workaholic. So
Oh,
what
yeah.
happened, like in our business, we say, like, every person, there are about 9 type of personalities in the world. So according to my personality of the achiever, like, I'm a personality that is called achiever. So in that personality, it came to a light bulb moment when I came into my coaching journey. I realized with that type of personality, when you become workaholic, when you start ignoring everything, when you start like think like going for a party or going for a invitation or somebody has invited you, it's a sin. Even to play on a phone, like,
Yeah.
even to play a game on a phone, it's a sin. I used
Oh.
to feel that
Mhm.
because I'm not allowed to do things because I have this big ambition, I have this big goal that I want to achieve,
Yeah.
right? So that, and if I'm in my low, if I am that my weakest point of my personality, I will say it like, we all have weaknesses and strength. So within that personality, that was my weakest strength. And tell me, if I keep on working on my with my weaknesses every single day, will I be successful? Will I
No,
get there?
but you will become weaker and weaker again because you're focusing only on your weaknesses. Yeah.
And yes, because I am working, I'm coming from this door where is I'm operating from my
Mm.
low uh, thing, and with my weakness, I'm getting ahead. That I feel like, because every person has weaknesses and strengths.
Yeah.
I used to feel this is my strength. Hard work and determination, I used to feel this is my strength, but this was not my strength. I can be hardworking, but in a better way, where I don't have to work like 20 hours a day. I can do 2 hours of proper structured work and I can get results. That was
Yeah.
the thing. Another thing, Kanal Aditya, you won't believe that 2, 3 days ago, that also came as a breakthrough to me, that within my personality, one of the thing is we don't allow ourselves to get sick.
Oh,
And
yeah.
with my in my business, when I was operating in my entrepreneurship, my health and wellness business, I used to tell myself, it was my mantra, I'm only allowed to get sick once in a year, and
Why?
that's also in December. So imagine that. I used to have this mantra that I'm not even, and that was all subconsciously. I was doing all of those things because I was so driven to
Yeah.
achieve my goal. I'm not even getting there. It's making me frustrated within myself. So I started become frustrated. I was stuck. And it's all question to me, maybe there's something wrong in me. Maybe
Mm.
I'm not good enough. That's why I cannot be successful. That's
Yeah.
why I'm not getting there. Right?
It became that you were totally focused on your work, and even if you take a you could not take a break, you could not take time to spend with family, you could not go out for a party and or even for any kind of entertainment, because you felt that even if I leave half an hour or 1 hour away from my work, it will result into losses, and or did you kind of get a feeling that is as if you have become indispensable? If you don't go for work, the work will stop. Was that something similar?
Yes.
Yeah,
And I was driven so much to achieve that goal that I became fearless. I was a fearless person. I used to drive myself, like, here in South Africa, you drive, obviously, like,
mm,
there are some parts are safe, some of the townships
yeah,
are
yeah,
not safe. And like, there are a lot of things that happens.
yeah.
I'm sure background of South
Yes, yes,
Africa, right?
yeah,
So a lot of things, but I became a fearless woman where I was driving myself alone to the townships, African townships. I was driving anywhere. I used to drive to the meetings that are, I have to go to 70 or 80 kilometers to the meeting and then drive back again. I was
yeah,
doing this all at night. Also, I used to come back home 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's like everything is quiet. It's not like India, like, they're still like buzzing around and the
yeah, yeah.
traffic and the working
Uh,
hours are late. Here, things becomes quiet. My husband used to be so terrified of me, like, he used to get so fearful of that something will happen, or like, there's a lot of smash and grabs and things
yeah,
does
yeah, yeah.
happen. And obviously, women, like, they fear. So I became so fearless that I will not scare. I was not scared to do anything to go. So I have even drove to the townships that are 600, 700
Oh
kilometers,
my God,
like, five,
all alone.
400, 500 kilometers. Yeah, I go there in the morning, I'll do my presentation and I'll come back alone. Like, I was this person. I became that because I know that if I have to achieve something, it's me only.
Yes.
And yeah, in the beginning, my husband used to, like, he used to come with me, we used to go together. But now when I became so confident about being myself, I started doing all this by myself. Yeah.
So how did it affect your personal life, your life with your kids? Because obviously, when you're so involved in your work, so your children must be feeling neglected, and even your the relationship with your spouse, and like how did you manage a household? Because like if you're not at home, how did you do that? How what was that happening at home?
Yeah, so see, first of all, when I started this business, I knew like it was a mutual interest. So obviously, my husband always being very supportive. So he supported me in this because he know if I'm doing something, it's nothing just something for me, it's for family benefit. Because obviously things started going bad, economic downfall that started happening, and we decided, okay, we're gonna start this, but I will take this as my responsibility to do this business. And he supported me in whenever. Like I said in the beginning, I was not even driving when I was driving, but I never used to drive on a highway before I
Yeah.
came into this business. So my husband used to take me, bring me back. And then when the point came where he said, okay, Uzma, now, obviously he also have work, so he cannot take me during the work hours. So, I have to now try myself. So in the beginning and whenever the meetings and the far places, he helped me, like, he supported me in that. But now when I became confident, I said, okay, I'll do things on my own. What happened is we decided as a family is for the family. So my husband has no problem with the kids. Also, we told them that, okay, this is I'm doing it for them, right?
Mm.
It's for us. So if I don't be on a dinner, they have to understand. If I miss something, they have to understand. So obviously the kids also knew because we did a vision board in the beginning where we put everything what we want to achieve. Like, and we put together, like I told them also, so whatever they want they can put it, and we put it together, and we achieved a lot from there as well. That also gave me like, wow. Also, I had a very supportive mother-in-law.
Mm.
She
Really
saw
makes a
that
lot
when
of
I'm
difference.
working.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
so she was there for the kids to give them lunch. Dinner time, obviously I'm there, and I used to cook and go and things like that. Otherwise there's helper that does everything. So mainly cooking I have to do. So I used to do the cooking, but she used to look after like all the,
Mm.
they can say the backstage is running by her.
Yeah.
Like, she was, and I say without her support, I wouldn't have done what I was doing. Wouldn't have been possible. So I'm very grateful. But yeah, she was there when I was not there for my kids, and my kids were really small at that time when I started this. So they have gone through a lot, but that also gave me like, I when I was feeling stuck also, because they knew that mommy is so driven. So my kids used to say, we want to become like mommy, we want to start a business like her. Like, so I also became like, I remember once I took my son to the doctor, and the doctor asked him that, what do you want to do when you grow big? She said, I want to become like my mommy. I want to start my own business and being an entrepreneur. So it's good. So they had this image that, yeah, I'm doing this. Also, why I did not quit that business when I was also feeling very stuck, because I saw what I'm setting as an example for my kids. And I always tell them, failure is not an option, quitting is not an option. You have to make it in life. You have to find a way. So, and I'm glad, because obviously when I came into coaching, I did not quit my business, and it was bad,
Going
but
on.
I did not quit. I was keep on working until I found something else that became my biggest passion, right? And I was always a very passionate person. I never knew why I'm so passionate about the things so that I want to achieve, what I want to become, my family, and everything that I do it with very passionately. Even if I have to create a, like my aunt would always say, that Uzma will really put an effort in things. So I really like to show my passion in anything that I would pursue. So yeah.
So wonderful. It was like it's a, you must have become a great role model for your children. And one more thing I realized from what you were speaking was you had the support of your entire family, because without your family support, you have done what you did. And
You can't. I
that's
totally
absolutely
believe. And like I said, my husband is my pillar of strength. He has stood with me whenever, like whatever I have to. So it's not like, even if I fail, he said it's fine, no problem. The things, and without his support, I could not even do that, because there were times when
absolutely.
my car will break down. So I have to call him like, okay, I'm stuck here, and come help me out, because obviously some of the things I can't do, I'm not good at, right? So I cannot be doing everything. So because of him, his support, and my mother-in-law support, I am, this is who I am. I would say that.
Okay. So Uma, when you came to that stage after putting in so much of hard work and everything, and you're driven to achieve greater things in your career that time, and then you had that realization that I need to do something to firstly get out of this feeling of getting stuck, because you mentioned you had come to a stage wherein everything was like a plateau, where there was no more growth for you. And
Yeah, yeah,
of course, the pressure of performance must also be tremendous. And you're kind of a person who's like so driven, and you're so dedicated and focused towards your work, that if you feel that if I leave for 5 minutes something, I'll lose out on so many uh, hours of productivity, or even in terms of business, or in terms of financial gain. And when you had this realization that now, no, this is not right, and now I need to do something else and get out from this feeling of being stuck. So once you had that realization in yourself, then what did you do? How did you go about getting out of that situation, and creating that balance in your life? What would you like to share a few tips for our audience?
yeah, sure. Why not? Colonel, see, what happened with me is, first of all, the program that I now help people, I coach people with, I went through this. And
Yeah,
until I did not went through it properly to get my transformation, I also was not succeeding there. Right. So
mm,
it's just not about putting yourself into something, getting it done, and you are on track, like everything is falling in place. No, I also had challenges in my coaching journey as well. I struggled. I got challenges as well, because I did not work on myself. I thought, okay, this is a process. Like, I'm that kind of a person. If you'll tell me this is your goal, you do one, two, three, you'll be there, right?
yeah,
You'll get there. And I'm in. And that's how I started doing my coaching as well. Because I saw, okay, this is my goal, or whatever it is. And these are the steps to follow. I followed all those steps very quickly. Within 3 months, I got my certification. But the thing was, things did not started happening. Why? Because I did not started working on myself. Until I have put every process into my own transformation, until I made that system work on myself, nothing happened. And when I
mm,
realized that, I started working deeply on me, forgetting about my goals, forgetting about whatever. because I knew my personality. When it came also with my, okay, this is my personality, it came like a mirror to me. It was a shock that I cannot be working in this space. But yeah, I knew what I need to do. I started working on myself. And past 6 months, as you know, also, what I
Yeah.
was 6 months ago and what I am now, it's totally different person because
Yeah.
I just genuinely just work on myself. And when I started working on myself, kind of the surroundings changed. Because obviously there was some family issues as well. There were like challenges with my kids as well, their growth, their academics and things like that. So I realized that I need to only work on myself, and things that happened when I started working on myself and the areas of improvement that I never thought that I will be working on them right now, maybe they can come later on, it started opening up. And also with my coaching journey, I also started, you know, growth in that financially, within myself, everything, every area of my life. So I would say to our viewers and listeners that you need to first know who you are and
Yeah.
then work on improving yourself. You know, it's very good to tell people to do this, to do this, to do this. No, you need to first get invested in yourself, within yourself. And I think that also gave me a lot of breakthrough recently within a week as well. That it's
Oh,
okay. It's
yeah.
okay to be show your emotions. It's
Yeah.
okay to feel the way you feel. It's okay to show your fears also. And
Absolutely.
I think that that's my biggest breakthrough because it was okay for me. I don't have to wear that mask all the time. It can be taken off.
You brought out a very pertinent thing about the wearing that mask, because most of us, you project a different kind of personality outside in front of others, and we have a different personality when we are alone or with our family. So that also at times creates a conflict in your mind as to who your true self is. And one more thing you mentioned was that until and unless we do not realize and understand ourselves, get to know who we really are from inside, what are our strengths and what are our weaknesses, and we have to you also mentioned one thing, that you thought determination and hard work were your strengths, but actually later on you realize that they were not your strength, they were the things which were pulling you back. You had
Yeah.
mentioned that. Yeah.
And I had like people who will tell me, who they will give me an offer of a business, or they said they would like to work with me. And I used to ask
Yeah.
them, why me? Right? Why me? So they said, no, because you are so dedicated. We see you always. We admire you the way you are. And I used to feel good. Oh my God, people are praising me. It's good. But then I realized that's the weakest point of my personality. And that was came like, you know, a shock.
Yeah.
How is that possible? And that's what made me like going more and more deeper in my personality, that I got only invested. I don't want to know other people now. First I need to know myself. What what do I need to improve as a character, what I need to
Absolutely.
become as a person. And that shows my growth, like, you know, what I was. And like I get a lot of people who started the journey with me, and they see me, they came to me, and they said, like you also said, Uzma, what did you do? I said,
Yeah.
I only worked on myself. And I'm a person of perseverance. That quality I do have. When I see I can grow within anything, that also kept me in my business for good 10 years. That I know if I can persevere enough, you know, I'll get there. So I know I have this perseverance. I cannot give up easily. And most of the reason why I don't give up or quit on anything, because I know I'm setting an example. You know, they say your kids only, they don't do what you tell them, they do what you show them.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I think that's my biggest drive. My kids are my biggest drive, because I really wanna you know, make them proud. Because they say, like my little one, he came last week and he said that, mommy, can I have TikTok on my phone, on my iPad? I said, okay, what are you going to watch and things like that. He said, and he saw me, he said, mommy, I followed you, and I saw your videos are really nice, you're a very good motivator. And I said, okay, I'm not a
Oh.
motivator. He said, can I also do this, like what you are doing? And I said,
Yeah.
why not? Why not?
Absolutely.
Like, I tell them you can become anything what you put your mind to, or whatever you think you can, you will become. So
Hmm.
they have to, and it's not like it's all great things only. I also have my days up and down. I know sometimes we go down, and like, some of the days are, there are so many swings that are happening that I feel like
Hmm.
my life is a roller coaster, is going up and down, up and down, up and down. But I know what I need to do to bounce back. I know
Yes.
what I need to do to just create that change. So when I have this awareness within me, and when I know my weaknesses and strengths, that's the magic.
So, Uzma, you also brought another very, very important point that ups and downs are part of your life. But what is more important is when you go down, then how quickly you can get out from that situation and get back to your normal self. That is something where we have to create a way for each one of us, because it is not a standard solution of everybody. Every person has his or her own way of doing things. But
Absolutely.
what is more important is realizing that thing, and getting out of that situation as quickly as possible to back to your normal self, and then nothing can stop you. You can you can overcome any kind of a problem or issues or adverse situation that you face in your life. So that was one
And
more thing.
also, another point I will add is also, who are you surrounded with? That also make
Yeah.
another
Yes.
very important, play a lot of role. I would say that I would have not become this person if I was not surrounded by good people.
The
If
right
I
kind
was
of
not
people.
surrounded by the people who are pushing me, that Uzma, this is you have to become. This is where you need to go. So
Yes.
I have mentors in my life. I have coaches in my life that can see my potential that I cannot even see, right? So I am so lucky that I have those mentors in my life that are they know and they push me. Okay, Usman, this is what you need to do. And then I have people who, when I go down, obviously I cannot go cry by my mentors that
Mm.
this is what is happening. But I have my set of buddies where I go and then I say, okay, I'm feeling like this. So they don't cry with me. I
Mm.
don't need people who will just sit and
Yeah.
cry with me. They say, okay, you are crying, it's fine. You can dump down, and now what are we doing? So,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very blessed and very grateful in that way, that I have a good people around me. Even in my family and in terms of work, I'm surrounded by good people.
Yeah, that's very important point that you brought out, that you have to be surrounded by the right kind of people, and who will help you bring out the best from your inside. And even when you are down and out, they will not sympathize with you, but they will empathize with you, and they'll help you get out of the situation. And one
Yes.
more thing you also mentioned was like lot of people who even though they try to create that kind of environment around them, but there are still some one odd person will be there in their life who cannot be avoided for because
Yeah.
of various reasons. So how do you tackle those kinds of situations? What do you do about those people?
I would say is, for that, you need to know yourself and what you need to take from there. I have always set a boundary for myself and for my
Yeah,
mind to
creating
take
boundaries is very important. Yes.
creating ground. Because when I know, okay, because obviously there are people all around. Like, when I started doing videos, people used to come and comment. And it
Mm.
was their very beginning. Oh, you don't have any time. Oh, you don't have any work to do. Or you are so free. मतलब इतनी फारिग हो के रोज वीडियो बनाती हो. Like I used to get this comment. Oh, इतनी फारिग हो के रोज वीडियो बनाती हो. Like what is it? Like, what
Yeah,
I'm doing. I know
absolutely.
why I'm doing. It served my purpose, right? So it was okay. And in the beginning also, but I knew that what I need to take from that person.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I have now I know that if I having a conversation, I know where is my boundary, where is the limit,
Mm.
and it does not
Absolutely.
go beyond that. Yeah, I, I,
Yeah.
I'll be in control. I
Mm.
keep myself in control. So yeah,
So here again, it boils down to you only, how you allow yourself to be affected by that person. If you do not
True.
allow yourself to be affected by that person, nothing will matter. They can do or keep saying whatever they want to say, but if you are not affected by them, then automatically they will become quiet after some time.
And see, I would also agree. There are some points in your life that also brings you down, and there are some thoughts that are unavoidable, right? Something that comes up, and I have also experienced this recently. That something does happen, and then I have no control over it. But then again, like we have certain exercises. Like I said, I'm very grateful of the work that I'm doing. I'm in
Mhm.
awareness. Okay, I have this feeling. It's okay to feel like this, but then it's my choice that
Absolutely.
what I'm gonna do. If somebody is offering me a bucket of shit, it's on to me whether I take it
I want to
or
take it or
I
not.
leave
Yes.
it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So another important thing you brought out was the awareness. That awareness, we have to create that awareness in our mind and ourselves, and it is even what we take or what we do not take again is totally upon us, and that is ultimately, I would say, ultimately it is all in your hands. The control is still in your hand. It is not you can, so you if you can maintain that control or in your hand, if you maintain the control on your mind, on your emotion, on your feelings and thoughts, and also what to do for so that nobody can affect you adversely in spite of whatever you're doing, and as long as you're satisfied internally as to you are doing the right thing in the right manner, you really don't have to worry about anybody's opinion, anybody's comments, or anything else. And
And
I think
also,
that is one
like,
of the reasons why you are the way you are, how you become the person you have become right now. Yeah,
and also another thing on top of all of this, you must know where you are going. That's, I
absolutely.
feel like a lot of people don't have clarity that what do they want. Okay, we believe that that the life is so unpredictable. It's all in God's hand. That whether we're gonna be here next moment or not. But at least we must know that what we are. So see, I came to this point that it's not like there are no challenges.
Hmm.
Currently, also in my life, there are a lot of
Yeah,
challenges, right?
absolutely.
But I know that this is the challenge, but this is where I'm going. So when you know your possibilities become so big that your challenges are there. i'm not
Yeah,
i'm not saying my life is perfect at the moment. It's not. There are a lot of challenges, and there are some big challenges, there are some small challenges. But the thing is, I know there are challenges, but I know where I'm going. So my eyes are on that. So this is just today's moment. This is now. But what I have to become is where I am heading is something way bigger than this challenge. So when we know our possibilities, when we know where we are heading, it becomes very, it not become easy. I would say very easy. It will become like digestible. Okay, this is the situation, but this is where I'm heading. So I also don't want to say that it's everything is perfect now. I have no problems, but I
yeah,
know how I can deal with the things. That's a
absolutely.
different. Like you can say you get a software update. So now I was version number 1, and now I'm Uzma version number 2, and it has been an amazing journey. I got this transformation within myself, and it makes me feel proud of who I became today.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, Uzma. It was really, really great interacting with you, and you brought out a lot of new things and lots of new realizations for our audience. And I'm sure they would go back and uh, think as to what they are doing, what are their issues they are facing, and now that you have shown them the way, you have just given them a few hints, so they will be able to overcome the issues. And in case anybody needs further help, you can always reach out to Uzma anytime. Yeah, she'll be there to help you, guide you, motivate you, whatever you want, and show you the way. But one thing what I remember Uzma telling me was that ultimately action has to be taken by you. We can handhold you, we can help you finding the way, but the final action is in your hand. So if you are ready to take that action, then you will be unstoppable, and you'll really become an incredible human being in any walk of your life. That really great, Uzma. So, Uzma, what is the final power statement, or as we say, parting shot for our audience?
See, if you have to become, if you are stuck in your life, there is always ways to become unstoppable. I know there are a lot of people going through a lot in a very moment in their life, but I feel like giving up is not an option. Whatever it is, you have to move forward. You have to work on yourself. But firstly, you need to know yourself better,
Absolutely.
because we are too busy that we want to know that person. We want to do, how can I just know that person what he's thinking? I feel like you must know that who you are first, and that's the journey. It just begins.
You have to start working on yourself and discovering yourself. The moment you discover yourself, then rest everything will fall into place. And if you're not able to do that, you can reach out to Uzma, and she will show you the way how to discover yourself. Thank you very much, Uzma. It was a great interaction, and I'm looking forward to having some more uh, fresh interactions with you, and bring out certain more good ideas and innovation that they can implement in their life. Thank you for taking out your time. I know you are
It's Thank you
facing a
so
lot of.
much for having me. No, it's a pleasure. It's absolute pleasure. I know it was long overdue. You have been
Yeah.
asking me, but I totally appreciate you. Yeah.
Thank you, Uzma, and all the best. And we'll continue our association and work towards helping people change their life, transform their life, and become incredible human beings. Thank you, and all the very
Absolutely.
best. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.